This time I'd like to make a video on the so-called reality of mythology. Some time ago I made some videos about the subject as well, where I portrayed the worldview that there are multiple dimensions practically inhabiting the same space in a different frequency and at a different density, and that in these other planes these mythological entities can exist. First we'll have a short introduction now from the manual that we are going to actually print with the Ouija board, for people to see this as a possible reality and to make their own experiences. If you experience all these entities by your own and you see them with your third eye, they become real to you. That's why it's very also for me difficult at the beginning to accept this as a possibility, although I already made I made contact with many etheric entities throughout the years. Now I also understand why our ancestors believed in a wide range of mythological entities. Not in a negative sense, also there could also be negative, but it's like humans, it's like our world practically, but in a higher plane. And you can make contact with benevolent, positive resonating energies at your own frequency. But first we check out now an introduction on the reality of mythology and the different entities. Well, this is a handbook that we created, and we will add this to the Astral Ouija board. This handbook is a guide to help the users of the Astral Ouija discover the endless possibilities of Spirit Talking Board. We use this oracle of serves as a tool and a gateway to other worlds beyond our reality. We, the creators of the Astral Ouija, developed this board for those who believe in the multidimensional world concept. We do encourage novices to write this board, but we think it requires certain awareness. This awareness lies past the defined definition of life and death. Most importantly, we value the ability to remain open for new experiences, which we deem essential for the Astral Ouija board. Well, it's based on our own experiences, and of course, unfortunately, the media has given a lot of aspects of this tool a bad name. You might have gotten to know the Ouija board to be demonic, or even to attract bad fortune and evil entities. Our personal experience of the Ouija board taught us the complete opposite. By using the Ouija board for pure intentions only, we found the laws of positive resonance to be true, well, that we attract people of our own vibratory frequency. And most of the cases that's the case. Again, what is a Ouija board definition? The official definition of a Ouija board reads, a board printed with letters, numbers, and other signs to which a planchette or mobile indicator points, supposedly in answer to questions from people at a seance. Well, you summon spirits and etheric entities with a Ouija board. The origin of the Ouija board and spirit boards. The earliest dates mentions of the Ouija board can be found 1100 after death in historical documents of the Song dynasty in China. Although back then it was slightly different, the method was called Fuji, also known as planchette writing. They used it to contact deceased and other spirit world entities until the Qing dynasty later on forbade it. Similar methods were used across the world in such areas as India, Rome, Greece, and Europe. Later in the 19th century, it was made into a toy and sold for novelty. A businessman called Elijah Bond sold a board with alphabet writing on it and patented it. This was the first official creation of the talking board. Later on, the production was handed down to William Folt, who created the famous William Folt Ouija mystifying oracle boards. He sold the boards under the name Ouija because of the ancient word definition of the Egyptians, which means good luck. Many who own a Ouija board call it the Yes Yes board, oui from the French yes and the ja from the German. William Folt was the reinventor of the modern talking board. Even after this write-down has been sold a couple of times after his death, his board is still sold across the world, some of which are originals from the 20s and 60s. So it has been used in history often over and over again to contact the dead. Entities. Introduction. After a lot of exploring, we discovered a series of entities we communicated with. These are too many species that will remain unknown to us, but every day we find new entities and species to communicate with. The worlds of the universe are vast in this multidimensional frequency-based universe. In these profiles we will find the beings we talk to the most as the foundation of what is out there. Ancestors and soulmates. The family tree symbol is made onto the board as an easy way to verify whether you're talking to your ancestors, relatives, or family. Explain the symbols during the seance to the entities, during the seance so the entities are aware of what the symbols mean, the way they can communicate with you without confusion. You can also communicate with people from your past lives, even past life partners or soulmates, so to say. We have contacted many of our past life partners, some of them even claim to be future life partners or family members. It's up to you to explore the endless flow of information that is available to you. One of the first mythological entities that we met were fairies. These were the height of 20 centimeters above, well, average length are 20 centimeters, these are the specifications. The hair colors honey blonde, silvery blonde, strawberry blonde, dark blonde, caramel brown, auburn, red, brown, red, and ginger. Length of hair females mostly shoulder length. Description: fairies are very delicate beings. They vibrate on a high frequency similar depicted as a hummingbird. They speak, move, think, and react in a rapid pace. They are lovely beings, but due to their vast vibrations can be sternest in invitation mode. That's when they are inside your body. We experience them as a very merry species. They will like to play, very taking things seriously. Sometimes they can move over as a sexually provocative and flirtatious. Fairies mostly show themselves nude with light white, almost see-through wings. They have extremely fine lineaments in their facial structure. Their body type is perfectly slender yet muscular. Elves. Elves in invitation mode are very soft, very slow frequency. The specifications of the elves is height of the females between 165 and 170. The hair colors mostly light shades of blonde. The hair length between shoulder length and hip length. And the extra info, they have long pointy ears. Description: elves are a noble race with a mellow, peaceful, vibrational energy. They are deeply intelligent beings with a high consciousness. The elves who have been in contact with have fine facial lineaments and a cultish body type. They are lucid in their answers and seem to carry much wisdom. Elves can become very old but age with grace. The female elves we saw wore elegant, lightweight dresses out of fine fabrics. Gnomes. The specifications: height is 12 to 14 centimeters, pretty much as in this picture. The description: gnomes are very quick on their feet. They reminded us a lot of the fairy tale Tom Thumb. They look perfectly proportionate tiny human beings. The ones we met seem to have powers to levitate and fly through the usage of mana. Mana is a magical energy or will that they can conduct from the ethereal source. They like to explore the worlds and are very enthusiastic. Gnomes have respect for the hierarchy and dedicate their lives to fight for the goodness. There is apparent peace in their realm at this time. Often they either move the planchette through mana or surfing on the planchette themselves. The nymphs. The specifications of the nymphs is 145 to 155 meters tall. Description: nymphs are very dainty in their contact and often observed from a distance. When you do get to know them through invitation method, then you're most likely to feel them very lightly. We will describe it as a soft, lightweight blanket on top of your body. Nymphs are also like to look into the mirror during the invitation to confirm their presence within you. We will describe the nymphs to be meticulous in their actions and thoughts of their decisions. Like the fairies, the nymphs are mostly nude, but often cover the essentials and delicate parts of their bodies with nature elements. For instance, a skirt made out of leaves, etc. Well, they are naturally in their nude, but sometimes these entities also wear clothing. Fairies, as an example, always appeared nude, and they were completely comfortable within their nakedness. The dwarves. The height of the dwarves are 90 to 95 centimeters. The description: dwarves have a dense energy consistency. They are clear in their communication and answer straightforward. Dwarves look strong and have a solid body shape. The facial structure is less refined and more weathered, but their wisdom is often shown through aging. The men do like to grow longer beards, and the females also like to grow longer hair, which they like to braid. Dwarves seem to look like they're made for physical labor. They are friendly and open to many questions of their own existence, as well to be asked about their own general knowledge. The male and female dwarves like to wear very practical clothes such as pants, shirts, vests, fleece-like fabrics, etc. The goblins. The specifications of a goblin is 40 centimeters in height. This is a sketch of how we viewed them. Goblins have a sarcastic sense of humor. Their presence is quick and decisive. Goblins like to joke and don't take things too seriously. During the seances, many serious questions are often rebounded back to the medium with a slight sense of humor. We found out not to expect serious answers when they are in a joking manner. They are highly intelligent beings with a great knowledge of astroengineering. They love to fix and work on the other entities as well as humans. Goblins have a large bat ears, a moss green skin color, large yellow eyes, and pointy noses. They seem as they can't blink with their eyelids, but rather have the limited option of shutting and closing their eyes. They live in a moss-covered planet with deep caved in the hollow earthly plains. Apparently they only have a population of a couple of thousands, according to our Ouija seances. The Centaurs. Specifications: a large horse, height of 16 hands. That's how tall they are. Various shades of brown and black, the colors. There were multiple during our seances. The Centaurs are very driven entities and persistent in their thoughts and actions. They are also quick energies as they are energetic. They love to communicate and be in contact with the earthly realm. Centaurs often come to visit and make themselves aware through sending imagery to your third eye. The Centaurs are very loyal to their people and often pledge loyalty as a sign of respect to higher hierarchies. They love to follow a righteous lead and live in a peaceful kingdom. Well, the first time I had experience with a Centaur is when he wanted to make contact, and he actually wanted to make contact, and I felt that this large, this large animal-like or horse-like entity was practically going after me here within the house. The Minotaurs also exist in the other world. This is apparently how they look like. I've seen them with my third eye. There's a good depiction of it. The specifications: height females 175 average, the height of the males 195 average, and the colors are black and dark browns. Description: Minotaurs are serene beings. They carry tranquility despite their iron fist for justice. Minotaurs often live in astral world, inhabited mostly by another species, through their pledged loyalty. They love to follow species of higher hierarchies, as they are aware of their own rank. They do not interbreed. Minotaurs have a buffalo head with human expressions and a hairy humanoid body. Their posture is strong and they have a heavy body type. Minotaurs also have horns similar to the buffalo animal. They have a high intellect and love to specialize in one subject. As there is no peace in their home realms, many of them are soldiers who visited us. Some of them have the ability to use mana like warlocks. Others were soldiers who wore modern armor that was made from primordial technologies. You can also use the Ouija board to contact Nordic aliens that are in the higher frequency realms. The Nordic alien specifications: the height is around 182 to 2m10. The hair colors shades of blonde or even brown. The eye colors blue and grayish. The skin colors range from fair to tanned. Extra info: they're in excellent shape and wear skin-tight clothing when they're on the field. Description: the Nordic aliens are benevolent and even magical beings. They're known in the multidimensional planes as noble. The Nordic aliens are friendly and open in communication. However, they also like to observe first before they speak or make themselves aware. This means that they can be working all around you and don't make themselves aware. The Nordic aliens are very concerned about the state of peace in the world and Earth's environment. The giants, these also exist, and we asked them a couple of times how tall that race of giants is, and they said 4 to 5 meters. The giants are humanoid with all autonomic feature of an average human. They have a high intellect and very knowledgeable. Giants are warm in contact and gentle by nature. The ones who have contacted said they originated from the inner hollow earth. They can speak many languages and are mindful in approach. You can even make contact with the so-called grey ETs. Specifications: the height is around 135 meters average. Body shape: big head and black irises, small reptile-like nostrils and mouth. The greys like to observe for a long time. Often they'll make themselves aware, but rarely seem to want to communicate. When they do communicate, they're rapid and analytical. Through their third eye, we could see them teleport and communicate through thought transference. Greys are highly intelligent. They're competent and skillful in the engineering department. And last but not least, the dragons. Specifications: they're 50 meters long and 5 meters high average. Skin color, known skin colors, we've seen them white, shimmering white red, shimmering white blue, shimmering white gold. Descriptions: dragons are opinionated, wise entities who have been told that they can emit healing energies from their bodies. Dragons are warm bloods and seldom come to visit, especially when asked. Although once you acknowledge their existence, they come visit spontaneously. They are respectfully playful and have a keen interest in human interactions. The dragon's home planet is huge compared to the Earth, and as they travel at high velocity, it turns out that these entities are carnivores by nature. The Draco reptilians. Specifications: the height: young ones are around 2 meters, although they apparently grow their entire lives. The body shape: they look similar to a humanoid version of a velociraptor, but a skin color of complete moss green. Their posture is human-like, but their shoulders are far back and chest is raised at all times. Descriptions. The Drakos were known to be the most feared species in the multidimensional planes, and many wars were fought against them as they were under control of dark forces. However, the Drakos were defeated, almost obliterated after their purification. The ones we spoke to are from a new established peaceful colony on their new planet called Alpha Draconis. Drakos are very analytical and straightforward, rather stating a brutal truth than an undecisive answer. They are physically tough and robust species which are cold-blooded. The Drakos we have contacted claim that they can build up speed with their height and weight similarly to a cheetah, large feline species in Africa. These entities are also carnivores. And the vampires, these were also met. Specifications: average human length. Vampires are mostly benevolent. Well, we met a couple of benevolent vampires, although there are a few who also follow the dark forces. They can bite and suck out ethereal energy or ethereal blood, but they choose not to. They feel emotionless and are rather aloof in contact. The vampires have a curiosity toward humans and like to examine you as an entity. They are a reticent species and are reflective of their answers. Well, for me, the mythological entities are real. The fairies are around 20 centimeters tall. They vibrate at a really high frequency, and they can go all around you. They move like hummingbirds, as a matter of fact, and they exist. Even the gnomes and the dwarves or the elves. I know it sounds weird or crazy or beyond this world, but what if they all exist on the other plane, and you can actually make contact using a Ouija board or automatic writing or possession or third eye input. It's all possible. If you want to try it out, I suggest you get yourself a Ouija board or the link that I give below. Our own made Ouija board with manual. Think about it. If you want to make contact, it's good. Cheers.